Hello, my name is George Anderson, and this is my capstone project presentation for the Master of Education program at the Kennesaw State University. The project was to design a website that had pages for all the classrooms in Mankasim schools. Technology has changed education and lesson delivery in the 21st century. However, the digital divide has made certain groups of people not being able to access the necessary education that will make them play active role in the 21st century society. Pre-university students in Ghana are way behind the use of technology to achieve their learning goals. If computers are used in the schools, they are usually used for teacher productivity or students learning basic skills in word processing. Technology in classrooms is at the very infant stage and virtually non-existent. Basic schools in Ghana do not have websites that aid communication between the schools and the communities or host learning resources for the students. The capstone project was intended to bridge the gap between the technology integration practices in Mankasim schools and that of other communities around the world where technology integration has taken roots. The students needed to have access to online resources and engage in online activities that will be organized by their teachers to ensure that the students have multiple means of learning the same content through such media as slideshows, audio, videos that students could review after regular classroom lessons. Now, how could this be done? The plan was to design a single website that had pages for all the classrooms in the 21 public schools in the community. Each of the basic schools had 9 classrooms. The teachers who were supposed to use the website with the students needed to have a training on how to edit the web pages and use it to improve students' learning. It therefore became part of the plan to organize professional learning programs for the teachers on how to use wikis, web blogs, and multimedia to engage the students. To get the teachers cooperate in the project, it became necessary to create an elevator speech for the teachers to listen to. The teachers who needed to be invited to participate in the workshop would not only talk about how to edit the pages, but also how to locate appropriate instructional and learning resources to engage the students. Now, how would we know the project was successful? Having the website will be the first step. Then the pages will be monitored to see how frequent teachers add learning materials for student use. We will monitor student test results to see any sign of improvements. Get a feedback from the students to see whether the technology implementation has motivated them to learn, and from the teachers to see if they felt comfortable using the technology. The project was originally planned to take place online, including the workshops including the workshop for the classroom teachers on how to update, maintain, and use the website. Limitations with online and telephone communications altered both the delivery and the schedule. All the 189 classrooms had a page on the website. The elevator speech was created and shared on YouTube and also distributed to teachers through the WhatsApp platform. Let's look at the website now. The home page welcomes students and provides instructions on how to enter a classroom. Clicking on My Classroom takes students to the list of schools from which they select and go to their school page. Upon entering the page, primary school students select from classes 1 to 6, depending on the class they belong to. Junior high school students also select from JHS 1 to JHS 3. There is also a page for news and announcements. Teachers Forum, and a dedicated page named How To that has a blog instructing teachers on how to get access to edit their classroom pages and how to use the web authoring tool that was used in designing the website. Lack of effective communication was a drawback to the project. Most of the teachers did not receive the elevator speech as expected. Internet speed in the country is mostly 3G, and so teachers could not participate in the online workshop. Eventually, I had to go to the schools to meet the teachers personally and discuss how they could use the website to engage their students. We did, however, discuss at length about how the technology could help improve teaching and learning. No electricity meant no meeting, especially if the computer had a low battery. Some of the schools and the teachers themselves had computers, but the majority did not have any. If the teachers had to go online, they had to use the data on their phones to do so. The schools did not have funds to provide internet for the students. The project exposed the effect of not properly taking into account the available resources before embarking on a project like this. If any technology coach decides to embark on a similar project in a developing country, funding should be a priority. I believe that funding could help provide most of the other resources. Willingness to implement a change in instructional practices might also be a problem. If the technology coach personally starts with the implementation, other educators would follow. The limitations should not deter technology coaches from making recommendations and initiating a change.